When someone says Louisiana, what is it that you think of? Mardi Gras? Jazz music? If you said crawfish, then we are on the same wavelength. In this episode of Cooking with Candace, we are going to be making crawfish cornbread. Go ahead, click that subscribe button, and let's get cooking. Let's get started with our recipe for today. On our ingredients list, we have 12 ounces of cornbread mix and the ingredients that are listed on the back of that package to make the cornbread. We also have 1 can of creamed corn, 1 pound of crawfish tails, 1 cup of shredded cheese, and 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. You can use any Cajun seasoning that you like, but we also have a Cajun seasoning in a prior video that we made that you could use, and it adds a great flavor to anything that you're cooking. Make sure that you preheat your oven before we start mixing our ingredients. You're going to want to set that oven at 350 degrees. Let's start by mixing our basic cornbread ingredients. For us, that is going to be 2 eggs and 1 1/3 cups of milk. Be sure to take a look at the package that you choose for your cornbread mix and base that off of what your package says. We're going to whisk this together. Once you've got your basic cornbread mix ready, we're going to start adding all the extra ingredients that make this recipe so special. First, we're going to add the creamed corn. You can use regular corn instead of creamed corn. The creamed corn is going to make the cornbread much more moist on the inside. If you do choose to use a regular can of corn, be sure that you drain the juice out of that can before pouring the corn into your cornbread mix. Next, we're going to add the 1 cup of shredded cheese. You can use pepper jack cheese, cheddar cheese. We're using a Monterey Jack mixture. And then 1 tablespoon of Cajun seasoning. Mix all of that together real well. And then we will add the crawfish tails. You can use crawfish that you have left over from a crawfish boil. You can use frozen crawfish tails. Really, as long as you have a pound of crawfish meat, you're good. When selecting your crawfish meat, there's a big difference in USA crawfish and crawfish that's imported from outside of the country. You want to make sure that you choose crawfish that was raised here in the United States. In the state of Louisiana, 120 to 150 million pounds of crawfish are harvested every year. Yes, that actually sounds like a whole lot of crawfish, but when you think about it, I typically eat about 10 pounds of crawfish just in one sitting. So I guess in the overall picture, 120 to 150 million pounds isn't that much. We are actually going to be making crawfish cornbread muffins. You can use 1 single pan and pour it in for a loaf of crawfish cornbread. We prefer the muffins because it makes it an easier snack to grab and go. Be sure that you spray these muffin tins with a nonstick cooking spray before you begin putting the mixture into the pan. You want to fill it up all the way to the top. Don't leave any extra space in there. And then we'll put it in the oven. Now that our muffin tins are full, we're ready to put it in the oven. You're going to cook it for about 35 to 40 minutes. And again, we are using convection. Convection means that there's a fan in the back that is blowing air throughout the oven the entire time our food is cooking. That is going to keep a more even heat, and it's going to produce a moist inside with a crisp outside. We've got crawfish cornbread muffins fresh out of the oven. If we grease these well enough, they should just fall out. All right. As you can see, these muffins are nice and brown on the outside. We cooked them for 35 minutes in the convection oven. Let's tear one open and see what the inside looks like. Nice and moist on the inside. Again, if you used regular corn and not creamed corn, they would not be as moist. It would have a more grainy cornbread-like texture. But if you want moist, creamed corn is definitely the way to go. Don't make the mistake that I've made. You want to let these cool off about 10 minutes before biting into them, or you're going to burn your mouth. Now that we've let them sit about 10 minutes, let's go ahead and taste test. The crawfish flavor is fantastic. Nice, moist, brown, crispy on the outside. Go ahead and make a batch and enjoy the great Louisiana flavor. If you liked this video, go ahead and subscribe, click the like button, and you'll be notified when other videos become available. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.